Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. We got a guest coming up here later in the program. We are going to be talking this weekend with Donna Smith with nestfresh, talking about National Hot Breakfast Month, which is this whole month of February. So that's kind of cool.
All righty.
So, yum, yum, yum. Also, did you know, I should probably close this file so I can open up that one. There's only one number that is spelled out alphabetically, in alphabetical order. What number is it that's spelled out alphabetically all the way through? 40.
Oh.
All other numbers, the letters are jumbled up.
I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah,
one,
so everybody
two.
else.
It would have taken me a long time.
It would have taken a while to get to that. So 40. Yeah, 40. It's the only one that's all spelled out. Chicago mail carrier was shot in the thigh delivering mail too late. It's going to be, according to doctors, it's going to be okay, but somebody thought the mail should have been earlier, so they shot him in the thigh. Chicago's kind of a rough town.
I would not.
Yeah. We visited.
I probably won't go back.
It wasn't even fun. It was not my town. Chicago, you got some growing up to do. Coming up, some special things going on this weekend. We'll tell you all about it in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Well, let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, February 25th is International Sword Day. International Sword Swallowers Day. There we go. It is also Open That Bottle Night. So if you got like a special bottle that you've been waiting to open, just open it tonight and just celebrate. It's also on Sunday, February the 26th, is 89th Academy Awards. So that's what they call the Oscars, right? The Oscars, yeah, that's
I don't know.
Sunday. Daytona 500 Day, Sunday. National Personal Chef Day. For Pete's Sake Day, Levi Strauss Day, Shrovetide Day, and World Pistachio Day. So, and then down here it says Oscar Night. So apparently that is the same thing. There you go. A couple of fun things going on this weekend. Appreciate you joining us right here on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Hey, it's John from the John and Heidi Show. Join me and my wife Heidi at 80s in the Sand, a week-long 80s event this November 11th through the 18th in beautiful Punta Cana. That's in the Dominican Republic. You'll get to meet and listen to 80s bands like Loverboy, Starship, Howard Jones, and many more. Plus, meet 80s icons from the movies like Anthony Michael Hall, Andrew McCarthy, and several others. Get all of the details at 80sinthesand.com. Use promo code RADIO to get a $200 immediate refund per person. That's 80sinthesand.com, promo code RADIO.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Heidi, when you were younger, did you have a waterbed? Have we had this conversation?
I had a waterbed.
I think we had this conversation. And
I was a kid, but when I lived on my own in my first apartment, I had a waterbed.
On your own, you're like, what do I need for my pad? Let's see.
I need to get me
I
a
need
waterbed.
a lava lamp, and I need a waterbed.
I had a lava lamp,
Did you?
actually.
See, why did I not doubt that? If you think you got it made with your waterbed, you're not the only one that has one of those. How about the ultimate comfort for cows? Yeah. Now, there's a bovine waterbed, a waterbed for cows. They're really popular, especially with the cows. The idea is based on the belief that comfortable cows produce more milk. Whether that's true or not is yet to be seen, but the cows just love their waterbeds. John Marshman has installed 75 waterbeds in his barn. He says cows are just like everybody else. When they figure out something is more comfortable, that's where they're all going to go. Apparently, when a cow gets up from the waterbed, another cow immediately jumps in. So it's like, hey, I call this bed.
What a great cattle owner.
I know.
Holy cow.
Have you ever? Holy cow! Have you ever been to a dairy? Yeah, we've been to a dairy together. I've never worked on a dairy, but I've been to several dairies, and none of them had waterbeds.
No, that guy's awesome.
He is. Yeah,
all the cows want to live on his farm.
Yeah, I would say so.
They probably give him extra milk for that.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say they're pretty fortunate, so hopefully they pony up some extra milk. And you know it's true, by the way, because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
and this is your Brain on Drugs from Massachusetts, a story of Rebecca Harvey, who was arrested on drunken driving charges. So she called her friend Danielle Nix. Said, hey, can you come bail me out? Danielle was headed there. Guess what she did first, though?
Stopped and bought some beer.
No, stopped at a drugstore, picked up a few items, 3 bags full of stuff, but she didn't pay for any of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
they
she
called the
robbed a
police.
drugstore.
She did. Robbed a drugstore on the way to the police station. They called the police. They chased her with flashing lights on all the way to her destination, which was the police station.
Holy.
So she didn't really need those bags of stuff because she was going to be going
That's
inside for a while.
ridiculous.
Yeah. What would you be doing? That makes no sense.
And once they started chasing you, why would you still
I
go to
don't
the
know.
police station?
It's like, I was just going right here anyway. Oh, did I forget to pay them? Oops. Anyway, she was arrested.
I wonder if she was intoxicated.
I don't know. It doesn't say that in the story, but she probably was. But her friend was pretty tipsy. Coming up, we have your moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
Our moment of duh comes from Japan. Did you know they have 7-Eleven stores in Japan?
No.
I had no clue, but they do. I wonder if they call them 7-Eleven. They must, because that's what it says in the story. But it says a manager of a 7-Eleven store in Japan became angry with a 70-year-old man. Now, keep in mind, he's 70.
Right.
Who would come into the store every day and read magazines.
Oh.
So finally, the manager got sick and tired of him loitering without buying anything, and he said, you need to get out of here. So the man left, but he came back a short while later with a chainsaw, which he cranked up and fired up and was, running the chainsaw and said, I'll cut you to pieces.
Oh.
And then he set the chainsaw down and resumed reading his magazine until police came there. What the what? Can you imagine walking in on something like that? Wow. I just can't even imagine that. 70-year-old man reading magazines at a gas station and decided that when they kicked him out, no, I'm not done reading, so I'm coming back. All right. Coming up, we have your scoop of the day.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. What would we do if an asteroid was hurtling towards Earth? Do you know, Heidi?
I like me personally, or
Well,
us as a planet?
As a people. NASA has a plan to save Earth from killer asteroids. You know what it is? To defeat the asteroids with an asteroid. Yeah. So they're going to shoot an asteroid at it?
We
Playing
have
like
an extra
a-
asteroid laying
I don't
around
know.
just in case
They
this
have all the
happens.
details on our Facebook page if you want to check it out. And there's it's pretty cool. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Parents in Ohio have been arrested when their 8-year-old son overdosed on heroin.
Oh my gosh.
That is terrible. That's not good at any age, but he's 8.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. Former teen heartthrob David Cassidy, did you see in the news that he's suffering from dementia? That's too bad.
I saw that he slurred and
Yeah.
stumbled or something when he was on
So,
stage, but
and-
I hadn't heard that it was
Yep,
dementia.
He came out with that and said, yeah, that's what's going on. So
That's
he's-
too bad.
Yeah, that is too bad. A Texas woman who allowed wild animals to freely roam her home where she lived with her 14-year-old daughter has been charged with child endangerment.
I would hope so.
Tricia Meyer was arrested after police discovered a large male tiger and 3 tiger cubs.
Oh my gosh.
Along with monkeys, a skunk, a fox, and a cougar, all in her home, with her teen daughter, who was homeschooled. And, she's homeschooled in a zoo, it sounds like. So, a couple
I have no
of
problem with the
tigers,
monkeys.
A skunk, a monkey.
Or the skunk, as
a
long
fox,
as it's been
a
de-skunked.
cougar. I don't know. It just sounds like a busy household right
That's
there.
very busy.
I wonder what do
wonder
they
where she
feed all of
got
those
all
people?
those
Yeah, I don't
things.
know. Anyway, that happened in Texas.
They fed him the 16-year-old and
No, I
the
hope not.
17-year-old.
Please, no. Hey, do you get sad or depressed when you can't check your Facebook status, when you can't go and see what people are up to?
No.
Well, if you do, you're not alone. Researchers show many people feel upset or lonely when they are deprived access to the internet. Study revealed that 53% feel upset when denied access. 40% feel lonely if they're unable to go online. That's kind of sad. A new study finds that tattoos reduce your chances of getting hired. the number,
Visible
the
tattoos.
percentage has declined, but there's still a
That's
stigma.
common sense.
Yeah, so
I mean,
still
that's
a
common
stigma.
sense.
And over here, a study out of Oregon State University found that women are far less likely to exercise for 30 minutes every day than men. Men get 30 minutes, average for women, 18 minutes. So there you go. In our household, average for me, pretty much none. I am working on that, though. Hey, listening to the radio makes people happier and gives them higher energy levels than watching TV or browsing the internet. Over 1,000 British folk were asked to record what media they were consuming and to rate their mood and energy levels while doing so. Radio came out on top, beating both television and online in the study called Media and the Mood of the Nation, with respondents recording 100% lift in happiness and 300% boosts to their energy levels when listening to a radio show versus not consuming any type of media at all. So there you go. That's good to know.
That is very good news.
Yeah, we're trying to do our part to keep you happy, and this might help, or maybe not. A Treasury Department survey finds that some 40% of Americans believe that payments to bank accounts using paper checks are far more secure than direct deposits. But a top department official says that assumption is wrong. The department is mounting what it calls Go Direct, a new campaign aimed at getting greater use out of direct deposit by recipients of Social Security and supplemental security income payments. The commissioner of the department's Financial Management Service says 80% of benefit payments are now done by direct deposit. Officials are hoping to get the remaining 20% to come on board to cut costs and reduce risks of theft and fraud. Here's the thing. One way to get them on board is to no longer accept it the other way or to charge a fee if you're going to do it the other way. Mm-hmm. And I know if you don't like the other way, you're probably mad at me for saying that. But if it's costing a lot of extra money, and it sounds like it is, to do it that way, they should just say, hey, we need to streamline it, and this is the way we have to do it.
The people that are not doing it are not just being stubborn. They're elderly and they're uncomfortable with all those newfangled things.
The good news is,
and they like to have it in their hand to know that they got it, and not just assume that it went to their account. And they're not good at going on computers and checking to see if it went to. You know what I mean?
I
mean, this is why.
And like I said, I know exactly what you're talking about. But once again, I understand. But if there's a fee, and they say, "Hey, I'll pay that fee," if it's going to cost you $3 to send that to me, and I'm willing to pay it, then they should pay that.
Sure.
So there you go. Coming up, we've got some fun facts for you. We've got a guest for you. We got a lot of stuff. It's all on the way.
John and Heidi.
Radio advertising works. When it's done right, it works even better. There are many things you can do to get a better response, and shouting sale really isn't the best thing, believe it or not. Did you know that when you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable? If you're trying to get people to remember your company, consider a jingle. We work with one of the very best jingle companies in the business, and we'd love to use music to help you grow your company. Learn more and hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This is a special month. February is National Hot Breakfast Month. And joining us on the phone right now, we have Donna Smith. She is with Nest Fresh. How are you doing, Donna?
I'm good. How are you, John?
Fantastic. Now, I've got a little certificate here about Nest Fresh. It says always 100% cage-free. So it looks like you guys are egg people. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're definitely egg people. All of our eggs are cage-free, so we're just really in the business of happy and healthy hens.
That is awesome. And we've got a little certificate we're going to give away. We'll tell you how to win that here in a bit. But first, let's talk about National Hot Breakfast Month. Do you guys celebrate this in any ways, or stuff that you guys do as a company, since you're so, your company really is kind of synonymous with breakfast?
Yeah. Well, eggs, and I'm not just saying this, eggs are one of my favorite foods. They're not only really nutritionally rich, they have a lot of protein, everyone knows that, but they also have a lot of vitamins and minerals like omega-3s and vitamin D and B12. And actually, for breakfast, I like eating eggs, especially because it's a misnomer that they raise cholesterol. They're actually a very great choice, and they're pretty quick to make. There are a lot of really fresh options, especially for National Hot Breakfast Month.
Very, very nice. Now, what are some of the benefits of starting your day with a hot and healthy breakfast? There's got to be some benefits to that.
Oh, yeah, there are plenty of benefits. So when you're sleeping, if you think about it, your body goes to sleep. So your metabolism slows. Everything kind of slows down a little bit. So when you wake up, you want to boost everything. Eating breakfast can do that, and it also helps you have sharper focus throughout the day. It boosts your energy, and it also helps to prevent overeating later on in the day. So it's just a great way to kind of kickstart healthy habits.
That's awesome. And if you think about the word breakfast itself, it's actually the word break fast. So you're breaking the fast, while you were sleeping all night. So that's exactly what you're doing is you're breaking the fast. You're gonna feed your body and kickstart things again. So it is very important to do that. What are some of the healthy benefits of choosing like the organic eggs like you guys have at Nest Fresh?
Yeah, so organic eggs and cage-free and free-range and pasture-raised, it's really important to eat clean. I think a lot of people now are thinking about eating clean, but beyond that, it's important to choose clean ingredients from transparent companies. So especially at Nest Fresh, you can really trust that your eggs are coming from a trusted source. Our hens are happy. They're free to roam around in the barn. They have dusting baths. They have space to feed hens, basically. So when you choose something like an organic or cage-free egg, you're really just kind of giving yourself that reassurance that you're feeding your family something that is healthy.
Now, is there a difference between organic and cage-free? Because I guess I just noticed I said organic, but I'm looking at the info. It says 100% cage-free. I'm kind of new when it comes to this. So, you being the expert, what is there a difference between those two?
Yeah, there is. The egg category actually is a little bit confusing when it comes to that, so I don't blame you. So cage-free speaks to the way the hens live, and organic speaks to the feed that they're fed. So the idea is that if you're buying a cage-free or free-range or pasture-raised, that's really just your choice in how you're deciding to support the farmers and how they treat their hens.
Oh, nice. Now, another question, since we're talking about eggs, I've noticed, like in the store, usually if you open up most of the containers, they're white eggs, but every once in a while you'll see like a tan-colored egg. What is the difference between a white egg and a tan-colored egg? Is it, on the inside, is it exactly the same?
It is, yeah, it is. It's just the color of the hen it comes from, actually, the colors of their ears. So brown eggs come from eggs with brown feathers and brown ears, and white eggs come from white hens. Are
you kidding me? So that's what it has to do with the color of a chicken's ears, the hen's ears?
Yeah.
You got me.
That's it.
Are you punking me right now? Because I didn't even know they had ears.
Nope, that's it. That's the only trick.
I had no clue. So I bet other people just learned that too. So the white eggs come from hens with white ears, and the brownish colored eggs come from hens with brownish colored ears.
Yep.
See, we learned something today.
There you go.
I'm fascinated by that. That is again on the line with us right now. We have Donna Smith. She is with Nest Fresh, and it's National Hot Breakfast Month in the month of February. And what we're doing to help celebrate with Nest Fresh, they sent me some certificates to give away. I'm going to have all the details on how to win those at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And we actually posted those a couple weeks ago. So you still have a chance to win all the way through the month of February. Donna, thank you so much for reaching out. And we appreciate you guys letting us know about all the cool things that come along with National Hot Breakfast Month. And it's a good way to start the day, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yep. Thanks so much, John.
And again, Nest Fresh, where do we find you? Are you guys in grocery stores, or where do we find Nest Fresh?
Yeah, we're all across the country. So you can find us in major grocery stores, Safeway, Whole Foods, Walmart. So take a look. We're Nest Fresh. We're also all across social media. So yeah, go ahead and find us and follow us, and look for us there too.
Well, we appreciate taking the time. Thank you again, Donna.
Thank you.
Again, Donna Smith with Nest Fresh, and we learned a lot of stuff about eggs this morning. At least I did. Maybe everybody else listening says, John, are you serious? You didn't know chickens had ears? I did. I'm serious. I did not know that. I'm assuming that they heard things. I didn't know how, though, I guess. Never really put that much thought into it. But also want to remind you, February, National Hot Breakfast Month. So be sure to start your day the right way with a nice hot breakfast, maybe including some delicious eggs. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? No one knows your loved ones better than you do, and no one knows senior living better than A Place for Mom. They've helped thousands of families find the right place for their loved ones. The Senior Living Advisors at A Place for Mom partner with thousands of families every month, listening and offering local knowledge and advice to help find the best senior living communities across the country. Call 1-800-471-5173. That's 1-800-471-5173.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Airborne bacteria can survive at an altitude of 25 miles. So, like, if you sneeze out the window of an airplane, is that what that is?
Out the window of an airplane?
I think so. Like you roll down the window and sneeze out? I don't know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
An average elephant weighs less than the average blue whale's tongue. So that's how big a blue whale is.
Oh.
Yeah, their tongue weighs more than an elephant.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's a big old tongue. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Samuel Morse, creator of the Telegraph, was also a painter. He was one of America's most successful portrait painters and founder of the National Academy of Design. Now, that is something I didn't know. I love it when I learn stuff doing this fun fact stuff. A couple of fun facts here. Oh, hey, I got time for another one here. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When baby opossums are born, they are so small that an entire litter can fit into a tablespoon. They live inside their mother's pouch for 3 months before climbing out. Yeah, so they live inside a pouch on her front, and then they climb out and ride on her back after 3 months. So there you go. A couple of fun facts for you this weekend.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to radiolottopool.com and join today. Again, that website is radiolottopool.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Got the Oscars this weekend, also known as the Academy Awards, Sunday night. It's the 89th Annual Academy. Wallet Hub released their 2017 Oscar Fun Facts, which I have a link to all of this on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. They have these things called infographics. Have you ever seen an infographic?
No.
It's just a really long, like, big picture.
Okay.
And it's kind of cool. I know a guy that has a company that builds infographics.
Do you care about the Oscars? Are you going to be watching that? I really don't care.
No. I'm sure I'm not going to be watching it because I live in the same house as you. And if I put it on that channel, you would probably throw scalding hot coffee on me.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Then you'd hit me with something. Okay. Maybe you wouldn't do any of that. But you certainly wouldn't be happy because that's not your thing at all.
No.
And it's not that I want to watch it. I'm just saying, it's not a big deal. But anyway, I have a handful of highlights from the report, which, like I said, if you want to see the whole thing, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. So
I read an interesting, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
You always do.
I read an interesting thing this week about actors who had refused to either attend the Oscars when they were nominated or accept their Oscars. And Woody Allen was one who said something along the lines of, if you accept it when they if you accept their praise, then you also have to accept when they say that you're no good. Okay. Yeah. So if you're accepting your worth by their praise, you also have to accept your worth by their hatred. So, I thought that was very clever.
Probably not going to find that in the infographic, though.
No, but I mean, I just thought that he had a very good point.
It is a good point, yeah.
I mean, you if you're going to rate your own worth off of how they feel about you,
I agree, 100%.
Then you have to do that all the time. And he was just like, I'm just not going to do that.
I'm not going to live and die by the Oscars.
Right.
So in the infographic, there's a lot more stuff than I'm going to have time to get to now. I don't know why.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is the first year where a black actor or actress was nominated in every single category.
Well, they had to after last year.
So I'm just saying, this is the first year that's happened. 21st nomination for sound mixer Kevin O'Connell, who holds a record for the most nominations without a single win. So he's the sound mixer for Hacksaw Ridge, and I hope he wins. That would be great. And the total cost of the Oscar ceremony, $42.8 million. a bunch of rich people complaining about other rich people not doing their fair share, and they're going to sit around and have a rich people party that costs $42.8 million. So that's why I'm not going to be watching.
Now, don't you think it's bizarre that everybody threw such a fit last year that there weren't enough African Americans nominated, and now this year they're just miraculously in every single category?
That's cool. That's,
so does this make them happier that they're getting pity awards?
I don't know that that's what I would call it, but I understand what you're saying. And no.
Right? I mean, are they being judged by talent, or are they being judged, well, we have to put you in because you're African American?
Yeah.
I mean, what do they want? I just wonder if they're happier.
I don't know. You can let Heidi know on our Facebook page. Again, that infographic, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Only 2 in 10 Americans say they're ready for the unthinkable. Are you ready for a natural disaster? What would happen if you were not able to go out to get food for your family during extreme weather? How long would you be okay without power and without access to get more food? Wise Company has the ultimate emergency preparedness pack with enough emergency food kits for a week, or upgrade to be prepared for a month or longer. Call toll-free 888-552-3759. It pays to be prepared. Learn more at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
What you smell before you go to sleep at night could affect your dreams. I'm sorry, Heidi. we live together and sleep together. She's my wife. Specifically, sniffing something that smells good, like fresh flowers or fragrance, you especially like, could make for pleasant dreams, according
You're
to a
welcome,
study.
John.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's why I always have such great dreams. Central Institute of Mental Health in Mannheim, Germany. They said, the study says, those who were exposed to the scent of roses reported having more pleasant dreams than those who were exposed to the scent of rotten eggs or no scent at all. Really?
You think?
Huh. Shocker. Trying to go to bed. Oh, man, those rotten eggs stunk. Woof-da. So the good smells made good dreams, but it doesn't say the bad smells had bad dreams. I don't know. Coming up, we got some whispering sweet nothings into your sweetheart's ear. We're going to tell you which ear to whisper into in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Do you like it when somebody whispers in your ear, Heidi?
Sometimes.
It's
It depends
nice-
on how it's done.
Yeah. It's nice to hear things whispered to you, but if you're planning to whisper, you're supposed to whisper into your sweetheart's left ear. According to a man at Sam Houston State University, emotional words get through better to people when they're spoken into the left ear, not the right ear. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Your left brain controls the right side of your body and vice versa. Your right brain is the side that processes emotions, and since that side controls the left ear, that's the ear that you should whisper sweet nothings into.
Wow.
It'll be more meaningful to the recipient. Scientists have also found that a left ear advantage for stimuli, including musical chords and melodies. So right ear, left ear. So what are we supposed to... Into the left ear, right? So if I'm sitting next to you, your left ear... I'm trying to think of... Because quite often we sit together where your left ear will be pointed towards me. Because I drive, and then you're on my right side, so it'd be like your left ear pointing towards me. Okay, I think we're good. Had to think that one out a little bit. Thank you for joining me for that little journey. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Do you shop online? Do you like to save money? Save money with Honey. Let me explain. Honey is a really smart tool that's free to use. I'm not really an online shopper. I get as many things locally as possible, but there are some things you can only buy online. So when I heard about Honey, I thought, what the heck? It's free. I'll give it a shot. The very first time I used it was for a domain name. It's usually $12.99. Honey searched the internet and found me a discount code, so I bought it from the same exact website for just 99 cents. So I saved $12. It's absolutely free, so what do you have to lose? Check it out at SaveMoneyWithHoney.com.
John and Heidi.
Debt is bad for your wallet, but it can also be bad for your health, according to the Cleveland Clinic. They say one of the big risks to your overall health could be your credit card balance and other debts that you carry with you everywhere you go. Just like you're dragging, a big heavy weight behind you. People who are dragging more debt are more likely to suffer from stomach ulcers, depression, and heart attacks than those who live within their means. Find out where your money's going by keeping a record of every penny you spend for a month or two. Then look for ways you could cut your expenses. If you're spending too much, don't keep it to yourself. Confide in a spouse or a close friend and enlist that person's help in getting your finances under control. So, Heidi, I'm spending way too much money on nonsensical things.
Usually food.
Yeah, it's actually, sadly, that is what most of my expenses go
Yeah.
to. I'm like, oh, what was this? Oh, yeah, that was food. Oh, that was food. Well, this one was gas. Oh, but I got food inside. Dang it. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Always try to wrap things up around here with some good news. And this is pretty good news here. A single mom in St. George, Utah is getting quite a lot of unexpected attention after she snapped on a fake mustache and dressed up like a dad for a school event called Dads and Donuts. Whitney Cottrell wore a costume after deciding to fulfill her son's request that she accompany him to Dads and Donuts. She divorced with full custody of her children and says some days have been better than others for the family. She said her son was all happiness as he introduced her to the classmates as both mom and dad. This is my mom, but she's my dad today. Cottrell said Lucas told her he wanted her to come since you're also my dad. Cottrell posted photos online for fun, and they received a whole lot of attention, overwhelming response. They went viral, so they're all over the country now. So if you saw a picture of a mom with a little mustache, stuck on for the moment, that would be Whitney Cottrell. So there you go. That's kind of cool.
That's very cool. It's tough when you're a kid and you have those special days at school and you don't have anybody that comes. So
Yeah.
I think that's great that she did that for
I think it's really cool. And I know people who have, where they have the role of mom and dad. I know dads that have that role, and I know moms that have that role, and it's a tough role. My wife over here, my beautiful bride Heidi, and I, we work together, and it's still difficult. We've got 2 children, and I wish I could say that it was super simple and super easy. I think we were pretty darn fortunate. We really have been, because our kids, they were pretty darn good. But it's still a lot. It's a lot of work, having kids. And when I say we're fortunate, because we didn't have kids that were involved in a bunch of different extracurricular activities where we had to bop them all over the place. I see people who have 3 kids that are in 3 different sports.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, how do you get all this stuff done? I mean, I don't know how they keep it all straight. So that's just crazy. So those of you who do that, hats off to you. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us.